Hey everyone, it's Mindy from the OG Sports Network. Hey, coming to you live with our special guest. It will be Due Diligence Dave from EPA Sports. He is ready to bring us some more winners. I'm sure they can all hear you laughing in the background. But yeah, pretty good stuff here. But Dave had a great day. Let's go ahead and check it out over at the site. You can see up there 8-5 yesterday. Totally getting it done in the NBA and in college basketball. So make sure that you guys go ahead and get yourselves over to ogcappers.com. You can also use the promo code OG20 at checkout to save you 20%. Also running a contest here this month that if you purchase, you get entered into a drawing for $100 fat cash out of my pocket. So we want you to make sure that you get that. All right. Well, let's bring in Dave and see what he's up to. What's going on?
Oh my gosh, 8-5 yesterday. I'm so pissed off. I must have been hung over when I put my picks in because the model had Boston and Golden State under by 7.4, and I put in over in the stupid side. And then I turned around and I fucked it up again because I had the North Texas and whoever the hell they were playing, the line was like 24.5. And the model was at like 139, right?
Yeah.
And for some god-awful reason, I put the under in that one too. So I screwed myself out of a 10-3 day on your site. But the hot sheet, the NBA hot sheet overall yesterday was absolutely on fire. 12-2 overall. Every single side the model had correctly.
That's awesome.
Actually, I'm lying. One of the model had Phoenix Suns winning and covering at home by 2.12, but Phoenix was on a back-to-back, and they were playing a decent team in OKC, right?
Yes.
And so it was close enough. I was kind of like, yeah, within 5 points, I'm leaning towards that back-to-back hurting these teams, right? We've talked about this on the show a lot. So in all disclosure, the model said Phoenix by 2 at home, but my notes on the side were, don't take the back-to-back, go with OKC +2 to cover in that one, and we saw it play out. OKC got to a big lead. I think they're up 23 at a point.
Yeah.
In the third and fourth quarter, Phoenix made a huge run, tied it at 103, and then they spent all their energy. Yeah, then they got smoked in the last 5 minutes.
It was wild because I was, doing my, all of my stuff here for the day while that game was on. And that's the last time I saw it. It was like you said, 103 with like 5 minutes to go. And then I look up and I was like, how are they losing by 18?
Oh, yeah. I was looking at it. I'm going, son of a bitch. I mean, the people that follow the hot sheet are going to be like, nice advice, as Phoenix comes back. And then, 60 seconds later, it's 109, 103. I'm like, oh, okay. That was cool. So we do have at the end of the show, when we go over the NBA, my favorite side and total, parlay these together, is going to be in a game with a team on a back-to-back today. So, but let's jump into our Monday college basketball games. Oh, you putting up my patreon.com right there.
Yeah, since we were kind of talking about it, again, we go over, if you're not familiar with the show, that there's a couple different ways that you can play these hot sheets, right? So if you were kind of the do-it-yourselfer, the professional handicapper like me, you can just go ahead and use this for your daily due diligence, and you get all of the games. Otherwise, if you don't have the time to put into it, nor do you want to, you just want to check out the hot capper, Dave, over there at EPA Sports. You go to ogcappers.com, and you can trail him and his higher variance picks there.
Yep. So this is what it looks like, folks. This is literally my NBA hot sheet. Well, this one's my college basketball one.
Right.
And it has the 5 games we're going to talk about. It has their offense and defensive scoring efficiency ranks. It has the 3-point projection, 2-point projection, free throw projection, game projection, variance, the lines, and then my notes on what I'm going to bet or pass on. So I
Right.
do this for every single freaking game, just about every day, except last Saturday. My oldest, his birthday was Friday, and well, let's just say the last 4 hours involved playing cards and a bottle of Crown right next to me. So
Right.
didn't
So
get
I
a whole
mean,
lot.
yeah,
Didn't
we
get a
were
whole lot
there
done
for him
Saturday
over the
morning.
weekend.
Yeah, even us dated people need a day off.
Right. That's exactly it. You know, we can't always have our lives consumed by sports as much as we want to. But let's go ahead and get started here. We go over the Ken Palm fifth highest thrill factor games. Today we start off slow, but we'll get there, you guys. We're going to start off with Jacksonville State versus my rivals from the college days. So when I made it to the College World Series for softball, we actually lost in the national championship game to Kennesaw State, Georgia, 6-4. Still mad about it. That's all I'm going to say. But right now, Jacksonville State, they've only had one win in their last 6 here, ranked 233rd in efficiency. And then Kennesaw State, they're not too bad, 197th in the nation in points scored, 82 points per game averaging. Kennesaw is the favorite here, 146 and a half.
Yeah, and I got Kennesaw State. Is this right? On the board right now, it's at Kennesaw State by 2.5.
Yeah.
What am I? What? So look at these numbers, folks. Look at these numbers.
I don't
What am I
know.
missing?
I don't know, Dave, because
What am I missing? So I have Kennesaw State home scoring efficiency defense 99. Jacksonville road scoring efficiency offense 299. That's not even freaking close, right? And then Kennesaw home scoring efficiency offense isn't very good at 246, but the Jacksonville road scoring efficiency defense is 344.
Yeah, it's bad.
Bad, right?
Yeah.
And Kennesaw has a smoke in this. I have this 83.3 to 70.2. I got Kennesaw State by 13.1.
Yeah, that's much.
So I have a 11 point, almost an 11-point variance. I'm at 10.62. That is a massive variance, and I have a better offense. I got a better defense. What am I missing here? I really don't know
because I mean, you can just look like clearly if you roll down the stats, you look at some bar graphs with where they are, and there's huge discrepancies, like huge. Just like if you were not much into doing stats, you could just look at this overall and be like, yeah, I think that team is probably going to be better.
Right. Well, look at the numbers I just spit out. I mean, we're talking 99 versus 299.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's without like going into the intricacies of the home and away and all that kind of stuff. Like just flat, easy stuff, right?
Yeah. So obviously, remember, do your due diligence. You control hitting the enter button. But the model really likes Kennesaw State minus 2.5 today. You said the line is at 146.5.
Yes.
This morning I had it at 146, so we had a little move up, which I like to see because the model is at 153.58. Now I don't like betting on a total between that 140 and 150 wedge. I don't like that. That is a high frequency total between 140 and 150 for college basketball. But if you're on the over, so is the model. The model also likes, as I said, Kennesaw State minus 2.5 at home. I think they have a better offense and a better defense. Check for injuries, though. Check for injuries. See what's going on in that game. If everybody's at full strength, that would be a pick on OG Capper for me. That is a huge variance in the model, and you're betting on a home team, which in college basketball I always like.
Sure. All right, next up is Queens, new to the division, FBS here this season, versus Florida Gulf Coast. Gulf Coast is only 1-5 in their last 6 games, ranked 264th. That's like overall Ken Palm efficiency, averaging 70.8 points per game. In Queens, they're putting up 80.7 points per game, so averaging 10 more, and have 37th in the nation in total scoring efficiencies. So again, this is one of those that looks kind of lopsided on paper, but yet Florida Gulf Coast is favored by 4, total 154.5.
Yeah, I have Florida Gulf Coast by 7.13.
Okay.
So I lean Florida Gulf Coast on that. The total I see on the board this morning, I was at 154. So we're going to have a high scoring game. I'm at 151.5, but that's not a very big variance. And especially, this is going to be an offensive slanted game. You have Queens on the road, 326 on road scoring efficiency defense. At
Ooh.
home, Florida Gulf Coast, 293. These two teams, road and home, suck on defense. Okay. Now
Yeah.
they're not great. Now they're not great on offense, but these are two high-paced teams. 190th in offensive scoring efficiency at home, 205th on the road for Queens. So we have two offensive teams better than the two defensive units. We got a 154 total. So I'm under that. If you're under that, okay, cool. That 154 is outside the common frequency range of totals, but I wouldn't bet it. It's not going to be a pick that I have on OG cappers. And then -4, I'm at -7. Not a lot of
Yeah.
variance
3
there.
points.
And look, Florida Gulf Coast, 293rd on defense. Do you want to be laying 4 points on a team? I mean, I know Queens is at 226, or 228, but Florida Gulf Coast at 293. I know it's number 4 on the thrill factor because it's going to be a high scoring game, but I just don't feel good about any of the numbers to really have a strong lean in a side or total in this game.
All right. So we're moving up to number 3 here, Dave. We got Weber State versus Montana State. Again, this is one of those that Weber State on paper averaging 80.5 points per game. Montana State 76.3. Those efficiency margins are pretty big. Again, these are overall. That's why we look to you to give us the home and road. But Weber
Right.
State coming in at
Right.
138.
Look at what you
Montana
just
State
said.
246.
Right. And this is what's interesting inside the numbers, right? You said Weber State's averaging 80.
Yep.
Montana State's averaging 76, right? That's
Yep.
156. The total's 144 and a half,
Correct.
right?
Yes. And we got
And
Weber State favorites by 4.5 on the road.
right. And well, they were a favorite by 3 this morning. So number one, we've had huge line move towards Weber State. Number two, you have the 144 and a half, and you just said, look at their average scoring. But when you take out Weber State at home and you take out Montana State on the road, I'm at 143.4.
Okay.
I have a 73-70 ball game. So I don't have anything here. I mean, I'm literally right on the line in both of these things. I'm on the side, I'm on the total, and it's modeled it almost perfectly. Now, as far as the numbers go, Weber State on the road, they have the best unit in this game, 87th in road offensive scoring efficiency. So that is the best unit on the floor. The second best unit is Montana State, home scoring efficiency, 163. So even though it's at 144 and I'm calculating it at 143 and a half, I still lean the over a little bit because Weber State defensive scoring efficiency 184. That matches with Montana State pretty good. Montana State, though, at home, 264th in defensive scoring efficiency.
Nice.
So Weber State should put up a bunch of points, their offense versus that defense. But Montana State's offense at home still better than that Weber State defense. So this is another game where everything is just too tight. There's almost no variance in this whatsoever. I think if I had to bet one thing, and everybody always asks in each game, Dave, what would you bet if you had to make a $20 bet on something? I'll just take the Weber State money line and hope they get the W on the road.
Exactly. All right, and then we're going to the ACC. Is Duke going to go ahead and take that top spot? I mean, their last 5 wins have all been by at least 8 points, and NC State suddenly has lost 3 of their last 4. Kind of two teams here going in the opposite direction. Duke favored by 6.5, total 149.5.
Oh, see, the totals drop down. See, my model is at 146.11. So you know how when the model is under and the total on the board is over 150, I like to be on the under. So I lean under in this one. But what's scary, though, is This is a situation where Duke could put up 100 points, though. They're 12th in offensive scoring efficiency on the road. NC State has fallen to 239 in
Ooh.
defensive scoring efficiency. This is not their football team, right? I mean, this is poor
Yeah.
defense at home. Now, on the flip side, you got Duke 79th in road scoring efficiency defense. This is a good basketball team. NC State 167 in home scoring efficiency offense. So Duke should really kick the crap out of these guys. Now, you and I both know that scoring efficiency in men's basketball is about a 13% difference home versus road. This is a tighter line than I think you and I would have expected, right? 6 points when you look at these numbers. But the model does have NC State covering this.
Okay.
So I'm not thrilled with it. I wouldn't bet that simply because I see Duke completely outmanning them offensively and defensively. So I don't like to be at +6. If I'm going to bet something here, my favorite is under 149.5. Obviously, you can shop it, maybe get 150. That will probably come down some more. I think there's value on the under in that. I don't feel like there's value as much on the side.
All right. And then one of our favorite teams that we get to discuss on the regular, it's going to be Baylor again at home, but we've got Texas. Now, Texas won the last one by 2. But, I think with Baylor, the thing that I love about them, I know back in the way back when I kind of started looking at modeling, I always looked for a starting 5 that would average double digits. And these guys right now have 6 players that are averaging double digits for the Baylor Bears. Right now, their favorites -6.5 here, over under 144.5.
I got Baylor by 18.7.
That's it.
So
Did you check your
the
numbers?
model was and the reason Texas road scoring efficiency defense for Texas is 299. This
Yikes.
team is nothing like they are at home. Nothing, right? Now this is bigger picture. This isn't the last 4 games or anything like that.
Sure.
I don't have access to be able to parse out the game by game data like I do in the NBA. And even if I did, I probably wouldn't want to do it for 364 teams. Okay.
Right.
So you got the number 4 home scoring efficiency offense going up against the 299th scoring efficiency defense. I got Baylor with 84 points in this game.
That's
All right, we got 84, and we have a total right now of 146. So we just need Texas to score 66, 67, 68, something like that to hit the over on that. So the total is at 146. So I don't like to be there. I'm right now at 153.5. So I lean over. I lean Baylor to win and cover on not just the strength of Baylor at home, because they're 4th in home scoring efficiency offense, 2nd in home scoring efficiency defense, but I think that Texas road defense is going to give up a crap ton of points tonight in Lubbock. Not Lubbock, no, Waco. Sorry.
Waco Baylor Bears. All right.
Texas
So then
Tech
you kind of teased a little NBA game for us that maybe we could put a 2-team parlay together. What you got?
Yes. So the Clippers played last night. Where did the Clippers play last night? The Suns, right?
Yeah.
They had to get a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got on the plane last night after midnight, flew to Milwaukee, right? And it's bad enough getting on a plane to fly to anywhere, let alone freaking Milwaukee in March.
It's cold there.
Right. And it is going to be an earlier tip as well. So the Clippers are playing on a road back to back with sub 24 hours turn time. So right away, I'm thinking home team cover under. First 2 things that cross my mind when I see something like that. Okay. Milwaukee's a better team. I like that too. So when I'm looking at the model here, the line I had on the board this morning was Milwaukee by 5.5. Is that where you're at?
One moment, and I'll let you know where I'm at. I got Bucks -5.5.
There we go. The model.
224.5.
Yep. 224.5. See, that's come down. Is it 226? Get it now. You should have got 226 this morning with me. And I know you're just hearing the show, but there's still a lot of value under 224.5. The 3 games, last 3 games road, last 3 games home, I have Milwaukee by 7.36. So even without the back-to-back, I got Milwaukee winning and covering. Now, if you go just the last 4 games, I have Milwaukee by 10.71. Whoa. So we have Milwaukee winning and covering in both models. That's not including the Clippers on the road back-to-back. So I like Milwaukee minus 5.5. Now, you want to parlay that or bet it separately. It's at 224. My model, 3 road, 3 home, is at 207.42. The other
207?
model is
Wow.
at 209.91. So
Whoa.
I'm under
So no wonder you said
210.
there's tons of value. Okay.
Right. So I'm on 210 on both of them, and we're getting 224.5. This morning it was 226. I bet you that 224.5 is going to be down to 220,
Yeah.
221. I think the bottom is going to absolutely fall out of that total. So, but those are my 2 favorite sides and totals in the NBA today. We're taking advantage of the Clippers being shitty on the road and double shitty on a back-to-back. Milwaukee win and cover minus 5.5, under 224 in that ball game.
Awesome. Well, this is good stuff, Dave, for sure. I'm excited. I'm going to go and put these plays in for myself right now. You guys do the same. Make sure you check out Dave at OG Cappers, EPA Sports. You can go ahead and pick out his pick packages. Has week longs, a monthly for you. Again, go ahead and use the promo code OG20 at checkout. You will get his plays for literally dollars. I mean, you get to put lots of profit back into your pocket because of the amount of volume that you play. And again, if you want to look at his hot sheet, check it out at patreon.com EPA Sports. Thanks again, Dave. We appreciate it. You guys, make sure make sure you go ahead and click the like and subscribe. Also click on the bell to get the latest notifications because you don't want to miss out when we go live with any of our other great cappers. All right, everyone. Have a good day. We'll see you later.